Here's the problem. Most founders think a franchise business plan is just a glossy deck, some growth projections, some glossy pages. You're good to go. You're wrong. There's a lot more to it than that. Franchise business plan isn't about hype. It's the blueprint for how you're going to scale, how you're going to change your brand into a system that'll help your franchisees be successful, and how your brand is going to grow. And when it's missing, pure chaos. Your franchisees have bought into a system that has no roadmap. Your team is scrambling to support them, and your credibility tanks. Maybe it'll never come back. Today, I'll break down what goes into a franchise business plan, the blueprint that's going to turn your strong brand into a sustainable system. By the end, you'll know what has to be in yours before you sell your first territory. Let's go. If you're an emerging franchise founder, you already know this. The jump from 10 to 100 units is where most brands stall out. Not because the concept isn't strong, but because the founder is drowning in chaos. I'm Guy Coffey, franchisor, franchisee, and growth strategist. I've been where you are, and I know what it takes to build a brand that scales without burning out, selling out, or losing control. That's why I created the Franchise Scaleup Show. Every week, I'll share the playbooks, the red flags, and the mindset shifts to separate the brands that stall from the ones that scale. So if you're serious about protecting your vision and multiplying your brand, hit subscribe right now. This is the Franchise Scaleup Show. I'm Guy Coffey. Let's get to work. A franchise business plan isn't a pitch deck. It's the operating manual for how you're going to run your whole system. You might be wondering why you even need a franchise business plan. Well, first, franchising isn't just about selling. It's about building an ecosystem. And doing this plan is the first proof that you can actually do it. All right, get ready to take some notes, unless you're driving, because here are the 7 sections of a franchise business plan. First is the concept and the brand story. This is what makes you unique, why you are different than everybody else out there. Number 2 is the market opportunity. You have to spell out, you have to research and find out what the market opportunity is, not just in your region, but wherever you're going to sell franchises, and see how big that is and how you're going to fit into it. Number 3 is the unit economics. This is where you're going to show people how much money they can make running your brand. So you're going to use your own store, your own territories, or whatever you're doing already to build that out. And you're going to make some projections on that. But the unit economics is vitally important. Number 4 is the franchise model itself, like your fees, your systems, your processes, how you're going to grow, your plan on how to do all this. Number 5 is your support and training systems. This is what your franchisees are buying. So you have to make the plan on how you're actually going to provide these services, who, what, where, why, when. All those questions have to be answered in your plan. Number 6 is your growth strategy. How are you going to grow this brand? Is it going to be geographically? You're going to start regionally and go from there. You're going to go all over the country. How are you going to sell? These are all important considerations. Every one of them has their advantages and disadvantages, but in your plan, you have to choose a route and then execute to it. This is a quick break to thank you for listening. Every week, we are getting more and more people listening to the show, and this growth is helping me to improve it and make it even more helpful to you. My intention for this show is to help more people win in business and life. To that end, I have a favor to ask. If you know of an entrepreneur that would benefit, please hit the share button and shoot them a text with the link. Back to the show. Make this a great day. And number 7, what's the exit strategy here? You're going to be building something, and are you building it for private equity? Are you building it for keeping it and maybe giving it to your family? What is your exit plan? Because every business gets exited, whether it's by your own volition or somebody else's. There's an ending point to you owning this business. So you have to be intentional about what you want that to be. Because if you're building something to be purchased by private equity, you might build a little bit different than if you're going to build it for a really long hold, something like that. So number 7 is your exit strategy. Remember, your franchisees are investing their life savings. They need confidence, not hype. A strong plan builds trust and reduces resistance. When you're building this plan, I want you to picture yourself handing it over to an investor or sending it off to a private equity company and knowing, I want you to be confident that it's going to stand up to their scrutiny. particularly private equity, they're going to dissect that thing. They're going to be looking at every assumption that you make to make sure it's realistic and probable, and that your plans are sound in terms of franchise development, systems, support, learning, everything, your team, all those things. And weak plans will not get funded. And if you're handing this off to an investor and you're not super confident about it and they do end up investing, well, you owe that person success, basically. So if they're not a sophisticated investor and they lend you money based on a bad plan, if that doesn't work out too well, they're going to go back to that plan as well. So I can't stress enough, even if you're not going to go out for investors or PE or anybody like that, just have the confidence in your plan. Build it really strongly. Two more things about this business plan. First, just remember that this is a living document. It's going to change over time. Don't worry. As much as I want it to be a super strong plan, I understand that it's not going to be perfect because none of them ever are. They always evolve. It's a living document, but try to get it as right as possible as soon as possible. And then the other thing is build this plan out for scale, not just for your first few units, because if you're not involved, it doesn't matter if you have 2 more units or 20 more units, you're not going to be there and you're not going to be running the plan. So make sure that it's good and it's built for scale, and think big. All right, here are the meat and potatoes of this episode. Number 1, franchise business plan is not a pitch deck. It's an operations manual for how you're going to run your business. Number 2, include 7 core areas in the business plan. And those are concept, market, unit economics, the model, the support, the growth, and the exit. Number 3, balance your vision with execution. This plan is a good indicator of how detailed you are. Make sure it really shows a high level of execution. Number 4, build for franchisee confidence and investor credibility. Meaning, build this plan so that when a franchisee looks at it, they're like, they've thought of everything. This looks really good. I can see myself running this business. And if you hand it to an investor, which might even be a finer filter because they've seen a lot more plans than an individual that might be buying, or an individual investor, build that plan for your credibility. So like when you hand it to them, they look at it, they're like, these people know what they're doing. They can at least do a good plan. Let's see how they can execute it. It's the only chance you have of getting funded. And the last thing, treat this franchise business plan as a living document. It's not going to be perfect. It will never be perfect. Start it out as strong as you can and improve it over time. So those are the tactical takeaways from this episode. If today's episode gave you clarity on what goes into a real franchise business plan, please share it with another founder who's getting ready to scale. And if you want help building your own blueprint, the plan that gets you from concept to 100 units and hopefully a successful exit, head on over to geecoffee.com and set up a Scaleup strategy call with me, and we'll start the plan. Until next time, keep scaling with speed and purpose. This has been the Franchise Scaleup Show with me, Geek Coffee. Thanks for tuning in. That wraps up today's episode of the Franchise Scaleup Show. If this gave you a strategy you can put into play, please share it with one founder who needs the help. You might save them months of pain. If you're ready to go deeper, whether it's building your support infrastructure, accelerating territory sales, or preparing for private equity, go to geecoffee.com. That's GUYCOFFEY, and book a free franchise growth strategy call. I only partner with founders who are committed to scaling without losing control. If that's you, I'd love to connect. Until next time, protect your vision, move fast, and scale smart. I'm Geek Coffee. Talk soon.